Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not a subscriber, you can use other people's emotes. Or you can choose to just be a lurker and chill and not say anything. Tonight's stream, we're working on the Build Burning Gundam. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. We got the Build Burning Gundam right here. We completed the chest on Saturday. We're going to start with the head. I did do a sticker. I did a sticker. There's not a lot of stickers in this kit, but I did the eye stickers off stream because those are always kind of frustrating. And it's sometimes I just want to apply the stickers to the eyes without talking, and I can't really do that while I stream. I think you all will be cool with like a couple moments of silence, but I don't know if I am. So I did apply those stickers there off stream, and then we will continue with the build as we go. Lord Crashton says, the internet has been fun for the past 24 hours. Yeah. Aristophan just subscribed at tier 2, so let's hit the old applause there. And Aristophan, that is 43 months, which is a 43-month streak. So thank you very much for that continued support. I appreciate it very much. And Lord Crashington, Lasbrook says, wait, we can talk? Yes, Lasbrook. No, I meant sometimes I don't want to talk while I'm doing something, and I think you'd be okay with me not talking, but I don't know if I would be okay with the silence. I'm also going to go ahead and hit that ska button there. Oh, Lashbrook, you were talking about that. So if you refresh, that should go away, because I did disable emote only for this chat room. So this is a thing that I can do, and maybe you've seen other streamers do this. I could, at any point, make it so that it'd be follower-only chat, or subscriber-only chat, or emote-only chat. Or I could do slow, stuff like that, slow mode. Emote-only chat, I turn on when I am not streaming. So usually, sometime before the stream starts, I will disable it. But I do it when I'm not streaming because folks don't do this that often. But a thing that some pieces of fucking garbage were doing, where they would use their bots to say offensive things in people's chats, especially like, and then they would screen cap that chat logs and report those people, because I am responsible for what gets said in my chat. If I am not moderating my chat, I can be held responsible for encouraging shitty behavior in a shitty community. So they would have multiple people saying things and agreeing with it and making it seem like that kind of language was normal for that stream, and then they screen cap it and send it off. And they do that while you're not online, so you can't moderate it. So I just sent emote-only chat for when I'm not online. Now, is this necessary? I don't know. I haven't been rated too much. Having Seribot and having an incredibly active block list, which are two things that I do, help out considerably with keeping the raids away, the bad raids, as they say, the hate raids. That keeps it at bay. But I still do it just for safety's sake. Also, I no longer use the LGBTQA or IA tag, and that's just my own decision to do that. But it has the side benefit of it makes me less of a target. But yeah, what we're gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna work on a model kit, and so. Look, we can talk about this. I'm going to reply to my tweet, then I'm going to start working on this model kit here. So we can talk about this stuff, but we're not going to delve too deep into it. But I have an opinion, and I feel like sharing it with y'all. Before we get into that, reminder: we're currently at 41 subscribers. We're looking to get up to 45. That's the goal. I'd love to get to 45 by the end of the month. We got a couple more streams before we do that. If you'd like to subscribe, if you haven't already, if you'd like to gift a sub to somebody in the community, you could do that as well. That'd be nice. You don't have to, though. Optional. Let's work on this head. Not many steps left. We did that. Now we got to connect it to B17. So we'll get B17 out here. So, I have several opinions, and I have mostly kept them to myself. I've made some jokes here and there. My biggest opinion on the events of last night at the Oscars is that I am very glad. I tweeted this, but I stand by that by the tweet. I'm very glad that I don't have to be at any open mics this week, because sometimes with my work I would have tech open mics, and I'm so thrilled that I don't have to be at one, because then I don't have to hear a bunch of people's opinions on these things, and that is great. It's bad enough that I had to see all of their goddamn tweets. I let alone do not want to see that. So, many thoughts. I don't buy into conspiracy theories, but if it was later revealed that this was a work shoot, I would believe it. Those are wrestling terminology right there. If you told me that they had worked it out, that Will Smith would get on stage to quote unquote confront Chris Rock as a way to like call back the because these jokes were callbacks to previous jokes that he has made at Jada Smith's expense. And they were like, had worked it out that this was going to happen, which is why you would make a G.I. Jane joke in 2022. I would believe that. And then maybe in the moment, you could see Will Smith going to business for himself, which is another wrestling term, making it a work that turned into a shoot. They worked themselves into a shoot. That it was planned. A thing was planned, and then it got out of control. As Shaneton says, Chris Rock isn't that good of an actor. He was definitely shook after. Yeah, and that leads. That's why some people would say, insert that Hulk Hogan tweet. Yes, brother. The idea that he got in the heat of the moment, he got actually legit angry, which colored his. The plan changed a bit, and he actually slapped him. I think if it was planned, that would have been mic'd. Well, so you think that if it was planned, he would have been mic'd when he was up there? Because, as we know, the U.S., the United States censors are very good, and we did not hear Will Smith's dialogue loud and clear when he sat back down for his post-slap threatening. But international viewers heard all that shit. So, it's totally possible. In the same way that there was an MTV Movie Awards thing that happened a couple years ago, where people were like, Aubrey Plaza was on stage and really weird. She like rushed the stage to like argue with and like take an award, and it didn't make any news because anybody who knows Aubrey at all was just like, yeah, no, that's definitely. Yes, she would maybe do something weird, but no, this is definitely a bit. This is a bit of business. This is not real. So it didn't make the headlines because it was always planned, and there was never a moment where it wasn't planned. Whereas this, one could think the possibility exists that there was a plan somewhere in there. Now, this is obviously not an ad-lib joke. Even if Chris Rock wrote this joke himself, there are writers. There are people that are producing material. There are people that are approving it. And there are people that are telling actors, performers, musicians, audience members, hey, Chris Rock is going to make a joke. Now, did they tell him what the joke was? No. But like the Smiths knew he was going to crack a joke. Now, maybe they thought he wasn't going to go super personal, which would be weird to say. I do not condone violence, but also I understand it, and I understand the reaction. Diedrich Bader was joking about how he could do anything he wants for 27 to 30 hours as a minor celebrity compared to Will Smith and Chris Rock, then joked about various rude things he could do. Yeah, I mean, like, look, when we hear about minor celebrity infractions, they are generally minor celebrities and their infractions, not the minor infractions. I want to be clear on that. Generally, when we hear about people in that way, it is because it's a slow news day and TMZ has people everywhere. That's generally when we hear about weird shit like that, unless it is somebody just fucking themselves over, and tweeting through it. Now, I do not believe even someone who has the wealth and the prestige as a Chris Rock or a Will Smith is above having the emotions get the better of them. Now, I will say this. This is not a violent story about Chris Rock. I may have even said this before on the stream. But there was a time that Chris Rock was doing a free fucking comedy show at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. He dropped in to UCB for Crash Test, a free stand-up show. He was telling jokes. He was not listed as being a performer. It was a surprise. It was cool as fucking shit that he was doing it. And everyone should have realized how fucking cool and special that is to have Chris Rock show up at a fucking free stand-up show on a Monday night at 11 p.m. It's fucking cool. It's cool. So, he's doing his time. He notices someone in the front row is filming him with their phone. Chris stops the joke he's telling, asks the person, please put your phone away. The person just kind of makes some kind of noise. Chris says, put your phone away or I'm out. Guy makes some kind of other noise. Clearly isn't going to put his phone away. Chris Rock puts the mic back in the mic stand, picks up his notebook, walks off the stage, to which the entire audience just starts booing the audience member. And then every stand-up who went after him either opened with, I wonder what Chris Rock would have had to say about this. We'll never know. Or just directly shitting on this dude. We didn't kick him out because he was in the front row. This is my understanding. I wasn't there. These are all what I was told. And it absolutely sucked. And then from that point on, I had to start saying, and every other tech person had to start saying announcements about how, please don't be cool, everyone. Please don't videotape things. Aristvan's weird take is, why have Chris Rock do a stand-up bit right before announcing the best documentary? Real planned tonal shift. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, why have Chris Rock so late into the show do a stand-up set? It's a weird thing. A lot of it is weird. But anyway, that's just to say, good evening, Jerry. That I have secondhand, because I was not there in person, known that, hey, human reactions are still possible when you make all that kind of goddamn money. Hey, Tony, welcome. We got a great crew here tonight. Welcome, everybody. So, that's my personal opinion on that. I need it to be said from the perspective of a person that has spent 16 years of his life working for the same company as a tech person and as a house manager, that worked a year after that at various venues, that would like to get back into this business. Settle your shit after the show. Rightful or not, if you take the side of it, if you take the side of standing up for it, if it is your honest belief that you can say whatever you like in this world, but if you punch down, you might get punched, is a thing. If that is a personal philosophy of yours, that like, hey, you can say whatever you want, but consequences happen. We're not going to cancel consequences. I understand that very much. I can appreciate that, but I will say, settle your damn business after, because we don't need that. We don't need you on stage. We don't need you whatever. We don't need any of that. That's my general takeaway. Won't start no shit, won't be no shit is a valuable life lesson. And I think that's reasonable. true, I had performances and scene where you you least wait until after the talk, hash it out. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Sometimes you gotta. But you gotta wait. That's what after the show is for. That's what, and honestly, you know, that's what blogs are for. That's what TikTok is for. That's what social media is for. Is airing of grievances. We did it a little bit last week, but that's a similar thing, right? Like, I understand the immediate like I gotta do this. It is rooted in brokenness in a certain way. I don't support toxic behavior, certainly. Um, but I understand. I get it. Yes, Jatsu, Festivus. Yes, last Thursday we aired some grievances, and it was nice. Yes, we certainly did. But yeah, that's my general take on that. You know, from a theater manager perspective, a theater employee perspective, like, don't. You're not Will Smith. Don't. But also, I do think that it is important for people to understand that their actions and their words can indeed have consequences. We're so willing to shout about punching Nazis, and of course there are always people who are willing to defend that and say, oh, are we just as bad as that? But just generally it is a catchphrase of, you know, punch a Nazi in the face. But if someone is being ableist, then that's a different thing? Okay. Lots of things to unpack that I am not the best qualified at doing. I would say head over to Motherboard, Vice.com, and check out Gita Jackson piece that she wrote today. I think that she says things that, I certainly agree with them. They carry more weight coming from her than they do from me. There are a few other things to check that out. There is a Esquire piece that was going around that seemed to be very interesting about the like how it's not fair, but it is true that this type of behavior becomes an example for racists to point at. But that shouldn't be. But neither of those gentlemen bear that responsibility as being, you know, examples, like positive examples of anyone other than themselves. And that's even frustrating that has to even be discussed. But it does. There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack. I don't have big takes in me. I don't give a fucking shit that people didn't call the LAPD. I don't give a shit about that. I don't care. That is not something that I would ever care about in any way, shape, or form. Also, if they're like, how did he even get on stage? Well, he's right there, and they keep it. They need you to be able to walk right up there when you win. So by design of the actual thing, it is pretty easy. Like, honestly, just about anyone within the first 10 rows could just go on stage whenever they wanted to. Now, once you get farther back, I'm sure that there are ways to deter you from getting there. But it does not seem hard at all that if you are there, just like, if Guillermo del Toro wanted to just get on stage and say that, like, hey, we kind of treat animation like it's not as good as other forms of media, and that sucks, he could just do it. He could just he's close enough. He can just get up and go up there. It's kind of by design. It's a whole thing. I feel like that might be a bit harder next year. Yeah, who knows? Who even knows if they'll care by next year, right? How do people think they get on stage accept their awards? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? People were like, where's security? And it's just like, one, is security going to fucking stop Will Smith? Is security going to stop Will Smith? And two, they're at the back of the house because that is where they need to be. They're by anywhere where people have liquor. They're backstage with the celebs who require security backstage. They're coming out to present. They're not standing around as acting as bouncers to bounce people out from taking the stage. Um, favorite storm of the stage, the moment is when ODB did it. Yeah, totally. ODB definitely was great. One of the members of the Beastie Boys in Lederhosen was pretty fun. You know, the MTV stuff has been pretty great in that respect. All right, we finished the head. There's not much to this. It's like, what? 2, 4, 5 pieces. The head's only 5 pieces. High grade. What do you want? But it's there. I did the panel lining on it as I went. No room for anything on this yellow here. But yeah, it's looking good. Looking pretty good. I feel like the Academy got their monkey paw wish for the show to be more relevant than it has been in a long time. Yeah! I did really enjoy people who were like, I was watching it at a friend's, that boring thing, and then this happened when I went home, or like whatever. It's like, yeah, it is a thing where you're like, oh, okay, something is happening. To be on Twitter, who not really paying attention, retweeting some award stuff, like looking at some stuff and being like, oh, that's neat. Oh, this person won. Oh, I like them. Okay. Oh, why is that at the pre-show? Whatever. It was interesting to just people being like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. What did I just see? And not say what they just saw because they were typing too fast. That's fun. That's fun. That is some weird shit. It was interesting. And the think pieces came out immediately, and the bad tweets came out, and they'll continue. My favorite tweet of all of this, and then I think we'll move on because I think I've said everything I want to say, is just that old friend Matt McCarthy, a former WWE employee who worked with talent during the Raw days, the days where Raw had a guest general managers. He worked on that. He has a podcast. Matt McCarthy tweeted out, what a way to kick off WrestleMania week, which is this week, which is a good bit of business for those that know yeah. We'll see. The Austin Walker one about sleeping. Oh yes, so that's a timeless one. You ever see it take so bad you just immediately go back to sleep? That is a as they say, that just, it's an evergreen tweet. It always works. Yeah. So somebody replied to a tweet somebody that follows me replied to a tweet about it using cuckold to describe him, and I gotta say, so that's because they're in an open marriage, and there are people out there that believe that there are people out there that, this is specific, not that open marriages are bad, but if the open marriage is because if the marriage is between a man and a woman, and the woman sleeps with other people, men or women or in between, any shade of the rainbow, that the husband is a cuckold. Now, if it was an open marriage and the husband was sleeping with other people, then I guess that's okay. But it seems to really drill down to that. So because their marriage is open, that makes him weak. And look, I am not saying that polygamy or open marriages are right for me, but also regular relationships aren't right for me either. I'm your demisexual friend Pat, and I don't fucking get any of that stuff. I don't understand. I have friends who were, there were 3 of them in a relationship, and then all 3 broke up, and then 2 of them got back together, of the 3 got back together and are now married, and it rules, and I'm fucking psyched for them, but I understand the beats of how that happened. I don't understand the emotions behind those beats. Like, I don't quite get it. I am, as I said, thrilled for them. But I don't understand how you go from a trio to nobody to 2 coming back, and I'm like, fucking cool. I don't know how that works. I don't get it, but I ain't against it. So that in that particular aspect, um, uh, like there's a lot going on there, but to me, it is not. Oh well, he feels like a weak guy because of this relationship, so he's got to step up like that because otherwise he doesn't know, whatever. It's yes, yeah, it's totally their business. Yeah, yes, exactly. It's their business. High goes Valve, and they can do whatever they need to do to make their relationship work for themselves, their family. They got kids, all that stuff. You got to figure all that shit out. Um, I hope that Will's first son, who is his mother is from his previous marriage, the guy, the Smith no one talks about. I hope he's doing okay. Um, I forget his name, and I don't really need to know his name because he's not doing anything. But yeah, Will's first son. I hope he's doing all right because he seems like a dude that just wants to be a dude. So I hope he's doing cool. Because yeah, his half brother and sister seem to be like pretty much liking the world they live in, and he seemed to never be about it. And good for him on that. Similar to the older sibling. This is a side bit. Do you know there's another Osborne kid who didn't want to be on that reality show? The Osbornes. That there's just like a kid they have that isn't on the show. She's just not on the show. It's weird, right? That's kind of weird. It's like the Osbournes, and it's just like check out Ozzy and his wife and their kids, and also there's another kid, but they didn't want to be on the show. But that kid is in the other Osborne reality show because before that reality show they had a different one years before, and she's on that. So some people who knew about that show was like, hey, what the fuck? And that is weird to me because like I think that's pretty rad. I think that's pretty great to just be like, you know what I'm not gonna do at this point? I don't want to be on a reality show. I'm good. Mom and Dad, you go do your thing. Whatever. But I'm out. I'm not going to be on this thing. I think that's pretty great. Good for her, is what I'd say. As I said, that was going to be a tangent. All right, I got to figure out how this goes on. Get our shoulder. We're working on one arm here, and then we'll move on to the other arm. But I got to figure out why this doesn't want to sit right here. There it is. It snaps on. Is that it for the shoulder? That is it for the shoulder. So we'll panel line this because I do like to panel line as I go. We got nice panel spots here. So we'll get some nice gray on the white here. And there's a little bit we could do with some brown on that as well. I remember the Osbournes, which was one of the only reality shows I ever really got into since I was a fan of Ozzy. Yeah, I think that one's like fine. I have watched some celebrity reality shows. My opinion is I prefer the first seasons of not famous people's reality shows because eventually they run out of stuff to do. Like Orange County Orange County Choppers, eventually they just started doing like, we're doing a Spider-Man bike for Jerry Maguire. That's not Tobey Maguire, I should say, not Jerry Maguire. For Tobey Maguire, I don't remember who they made, but it's like we're going to a racetrack because Daytona thinks we're neat, and it's just stuff like that, and you're like, oh, okay. But like the first couple seasons are just like, I got a design for a cool bike. A guy said he wanted it with like flames, and so I'm going to do really cool flames. Oh, it didn't work. I'm mad at my dad. My dad's mad at me. My brother's an underachiever. I generally like the beginnings of those shows. The only good thing about later seasons of reality shows is when the audience discovers they love a minor character, and that minor character, they demand that minor character get more to do on the thing, so that the cameras have to follow them around. I enjoy that very much. I saw an ad for a TV show called $1 Million Wheels. It seems to be about rich people buying cars I cannot afford. I look at that and go, that is just showing off. I hate this. Yeah, Jetsu. Now, if they were making cool, weird cars, that's a different thing. But if it's just like, hey, I bought this, take a look. It's like, nah, I'm all right. I'm okay on that. I'm good. Um, yeah, I really like it when, because that happened in Ace of Cakes, right? I don't really like Duff, but then there was just like a weird dude in the background making cool stuff. And he was like shy and weird. And then the collective audience was just like, more of that dude. And so we got more of that. Um, Chumley, who for a while was not an employee of Pawn Stars because he's just a friend, and then he was so beloved by the audience that they start that A&E was paying him to be a cast member, but he wasn't an employee, and then eventually he opened up his own like kitsch store across the street, which I loved. I loved that. I think that's really great. But that was the thing where he was just like, yeah, he would just hang around, but like people really like him, so we're gonna keep him. That part of the reality show stuff I generally enjoy. But usually it's like the first season of a thing. I remember like an early season of Road Rules, but I think that's about all for my reality TV watching. Yeah, Road Rules was kind of fun. The Road Rules that was on a boat, I didn't like. That one I remember being really bad because they ran out of good things to make use of that. It was like or maybe that was a Real World that was on a boat. There was one year where it was on a boat, and I just didn't enjoy those things. But I watched a lot of that. I like reality shows like A&E's and Lifetime's old ass like late 90s, early 2000s reality shows are incredible because they're just like documentary style of like people's lives. There was one about a family run funeral parlor that was just like, I mean, mostly it was just like, oh, that's interesting. It's a fucking funeral parlor. That's like fucking weird. Okay, yeah. What is it like to work from that, especially if it's your family-run business? And then it was also about the owner trying to like repair his relationships with his daughters because he had been an alcoholic and was trying to like mend their relationship while also being on a reality show. And it was like fucking real and great and like a documentary series, like a long form documentary. It was there's probably some stuff that was like somewhat scripted, but it was for the most part just like what these people were going through. It was fascinating. You don't get those anymore because that's hard to do, how hard to make happen. It's very hard to get that. Nowadays, when they're looking for reality, it's not like, oh, we found this person, they seem cool. It's, we need to, we're going to put a post out, like we're going to put like casting calls, like, hey, like we have an idea that, a good reality show would be something that takes place in a junkyard. Not, we know an owner of a junkyard. We found an owner of a junkyard. We think, we should do a reality show about him. It's like, no, we're going to do a casting call for like, hey, are the people that work at your junkyard interesting? And then maybe they'll find someone or maybe they won't and they'll move on. And it's like, to me, that's not as fun as the spin-offs from this person on Dirty Jobs was so interesting. Let's make a show about them. Like that to me is like way more appealing. I did not think we would be talking about reality shows tonight. Speaking of reality, I'm going to change gears here, and we're going to talk about the subscriber reality for people that like to watch anime like myself. It just got shittier. We knew this was coming, that things were just going to get shitty. I don't think anybody thought that this was going to be so immediate. As I said online, I repeat myself, but I think it is still apt. It turns out that the Sony purchasing Crunchyroll and becoming a monopoly in the space was a bad thing and should have been stopped because okay, so here's the deal, folks. Um, the ad supported option, the no pay option, um, is is going away. So if you watch ads and then you get to see a show and you watch it a week later, you don't get to do that anymore. Uh, you've got to subscribe to Crunchyroll if you want to watch Crunchyroll and Funimation stuff. Now, does that mean that you can't watch Funimation things from the spring season, which technically the winter season, technically there is at least two shows that they don't wrap up their season until Saturday, which is in April. So I don't know if a couple weeks into April you can watch or a week from now you can watch the last episode for free. I don't know if that happens. I don't think. But also, you don't have a Funimation account. I don't know how any of that works with the winter. I don't know if they know. But yeah, so basically, you got to pay for Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is going paid only. Got to be a premium member for that. That seems like bad, very bad. Now, also, High Dive has been paid only. I've never used High Dive without it being part of Verve, but back in January, it did end. I knew that High Dive had broken away from Verve, which was the parent company of Crunchyroll at the time's attempt to. They had stuff from Cartoon Hangover. They had Verve Selects, which was stuff they bought that CISO had made, and a few other things that they had picked up along the way. That was an attempt to be like the not Crunchyroll arm. In case they wanted to move away from the Crunchyroll brand at some point, they would have something, especially internationally, even though it didn't work internationally, they would eventually have like a brand that they could use for that. That was the intent of Verve. And part of that was when the Crunchyroll Funimation deal, the old one, not this one, the old one where they were sharing libraries, when Sony bought Funimation and that ended, Crunchyroll made a deal with High Dive to have High Dive material there. Where was that announced at? I'm not seeing it on Crunchyroll's site. Hold on. Let me dig into my notifications here. I gotta go back to yesterday. Oh, it's gonna take forever here. Sorry. Let's see. So, here is the link. Get the link there. I had to go to. Sorry. Nope, that did not go there. Crunchyroll announced Friday they will no longer offer ad-free supported viewing. Prior to the string season. Okay, so Crunchyroll, there's a thing. The future content will be only premium. So anything that happens in the spring season, you can't watch. But old shit you can still watch. So simulcast content will not be a free week later with ads. So I apologize. But I am now going to... Oh, yeah. Also, the top thing of like, hey, they didn't post it on their website. They posted it on their like blogs or whatever. So here is the link for you, Dirty. You can read that there. It was in the Help Crunchyroll link. So basically, to clarify, old anime you can still watch ad-free, or with ads, I should say. But the new stuff in the spring season, which starts on Friday, you can't wait a week and then watch it. They're going to that. But the older content, apparently, for now anyway, is still ad-supported. High Dive was the replacement when the original Funimation deal died. That became the thing, and that worked well in my opinion. High Dive didn't have the biggest catalog, but they did have dubs. They had a very specific brand of stuff, and some stuff that was on High Dive was also on Funimation. Now, part of this is that the stuff that was on Crunchyroll, because it was licensed, because it will be now exclusive. There will be some stuff that will be exclusively on there because AMC bought the company that owns High Dive, and so that High Dive content will now be exclusive there. And for the first time in many years, there will be multiple shows on High Dive that I want to watch because they normally would have been on Crunchyroll or Funimation and now won't. They'll be exclusive. So I'm gonna get a High Dive account on Friday. This is not an ad for High Dive. I'm just letting you know that it's $5 a month and a 14-day free trial, and I'm starting on Friday because the anime, The Executioner and Her Way of Life, starts on Friday, and I want to watch that because that seems interesting, and I am interested in that particular show about a woman who is part of a task force that murders folks summoned from Japan to their world. And what happens when she runs into a person whose ability is that she is basically immortal. And that is an interesting concept, and I'm going to check that out. And the only way for me to do that is to have a High Dive account, because High Dive is subscription only. They don't have an ad, watch ads and whatever version, the ad supported version. So I got to watch that. So I will, and I am kind of surprised. So also should say, folks knew in the past I did have a premium Crunchyroll account. Not related to the merger, just related to the fact that the person who worked in the events team no longer works there. I no longer have a premium account. Jatsu says, I'm pretty sure High Dive or whatever is not available in Canada. I do not have an answer for you on that, Jatsu, where they are available. Can't answer that. I mean, I can look at it. Let's see if I'm getting any information here on that. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to their help center. We'll see. How do I know what content is available in my country? We use your iPad IP address to determine what country you're located. Content will be updated. Did not see a particular show in your region, and then you can fill that out. Okay, but that doesn't tell me what regions they're in, so I don't have an answer for you on that. Let's see. There. How do I know? Yeah, okay, I don't have that. I don't have that information to let you know. I don't know if High Dive is available in Canada. So I can't answer that for you, Jatsu. I apologize that I do not have that information presently. But anyway, there's going to be some stuff on High Dive that I want to watch. So I guess I'm getting a High Dive. My Crunchyroll subscription, provided subscription has ended, as I said, which means that I went from just paying for Funimation to I'm now paying for Crunchyroll, and I'm going to pay for High Dive. And also, hey, because I wanted to watch some shows uninterrupted, my Funimation premium technically doesn't expire till in April. So on April 1st, I will be subscribed to paying for three different services. Already, my Funimation I won't continue it. Canceled it. But yeah, on April 1st through the 18th, I think, I'm paying for three services, or I've already paid for through. So that's unexpected, but also probably shouldn't have been. Going forward, if you want to keep watching stuff, to go back a little bit there, Lashbrook, I am not up to date on the manga of One Piece, but I can't avoid knowing that shit has gotten fucking funky in there. Shit's wild in the world of One Piece. I am aware of that, even if I don't know, if I don't have all of the information, I can at least say that, yeah, I know that shit is weird. Revelations that in some ways have been there for years and in others are completely out of the blue, involving our good boy Luffy, have been revealed, and it is bonkers, and that's cool. I'm going to panel line this while I'm here right now with just the old gray. I love this blue. I kind of hate that this is underneath the arm. You don't really get to see it, but I do really love this blue color. And we still get it on this, so. So yeah, I'm sure you saw the trailer of the big One Piece game. Yeah, I mean, I saw the trailer. I've never I've played 2 One Piece video games and did not enjoy them. I don't think that Bandai Namco makes good video games involving Toei properties. That's generally my opinion. So I like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which was Arc. And then before that, the last Dragon Ball game I liked was probably on the PlayStation 2. So, this might be turn-based RPG. I didn't look that closely. I know that some of the Naruto, like a couple Naruto games were like good and people liked those. The JoJo's game that was on Dreamcast, I liked, but that's a separate thing, a different company that made that and all that, I believe. But that JoJo's game for the Dreamcast was pretty great. I hadn't read the manga. I had only watched the very first JoJo series at that point, so I did not know who most of the characters were, because some of them hadn't been introduced in the anime. They were only in the manga at that point. But I remember thinking that was a pretty weird game that I thought was pretty neat. Fighting games. It's fun. The Gundam, there have been a couple good Gundam fighting games that I've liked. I kind of want to know more about the games that the Black and White and the Pale Rider are from, because I'm going to get the Black and White Rider model kits in April, probably the end of April, and they're from a video game. And they're like the 4 robots of the apocalypse, basically, the riders. They're based on like the horses of the like horsemen of the apocalypse. Because, hey, the horsemen of the apocalypse rode horses, and so this is kind of like that. I guess I don't know that. I guess that's what they're going for with those Gundams, or not Gundams, the mobile suits. But yeah, I'm excited to build those, and that's from a video game. I really liked a couple of Japanese Naruto fighting games on GameCube that never got localized that were great party fighters. Ooh, I like that. I do like the idea of that. Yeah, I've heard there have been a few good Naruto games. I just never got into them. Death, War, Famine, and Pestilence. Yeah. Yes, the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. They ride horses. This is the take on the like mobile suits of the apocalypse. I guess are I don't know the 4th one's name, but the Pale Rider is one, and it was the first ever premium Gundam with its own brand new mold. And the White Rider and the Black Rider are based on that Pale Rider's mold. But that's the first time that Premium Bandai ever did like it's not like a variation of another kit. It was like from the ground up, which is why they made those. And they look badass, so I'm going to be picking... I pre-ordered those, so I'll get those. The CyberConnect games. Those came out here. Yeah, I think they... I don't know. I do not know. Those are cool video game looking things. We're going to take a pause for the cause in a little bit. I'll talk about ways you can support the channel. We'll talk about a manga that I've been reading and an anime that I watched, and also a documentary about a director of anime that I checked out, and how you can, if you want to watch that, you could. There are ways for you to watch that, which is neat that exists. We'll talk about that. I'm going to just quickly hit this with a little gray here. I got those Cybernetic games on PS4 when they sold a bundle of all four for less than the price of one of the games for some reason. I mean, the reason is probably they wanted to try to sell a few of them. So they put them at deep discount. I'm going to guess that was the reason, Lord Crashington. I don't know. Dirty wants me to hydrate, and you know what, Dirty? I will. Take a drink of water. Thank you. Thank you for using your channel points. All right. Let's build this arm. Gotta put that there. We gotta do this down. This, yeah, like that. And then it's gotta slide all the way down. It doesn't want to. There it did. Great. And then this has got to go with this on the outside. And then this connects like this. Hell yeah. And then there. That's good. We got the arm done. Got to do the hands. Let's get the hand done. Then we'll take a pause after that. Yeah, we'll talk about some stuff there. Let's see. Wednesday, while I'm putting the hands here together before the pause for the cause, I will tell you about Wednesday's plans, which is I'm going to continue my Pokemon randomizer run. What do you think about Oda being very involved in the One Piece game and the Netflix show, unlike a lot of anime creators? Lord Crashington said, I don't really believe it, honestly. There is a trend slightly with people, with creators being more involved in their movie things and their games. You have to be at the level of an Oda to be involved. It's not like they're like, yeah, fucking do whatever you want. Like, most of the time, people that make manga that get turned into anime don't have a say in the anime. And they don't have a say in the movies. Those things just happen because they sold their souls to be in Shonen Jump. And, like, what happens after that is kind of a crapshoot. We saw some involvement. The creator of Jujutsu Kaisen had some say in the adaptation for the Zero movie, which is based on the original one-off or short series that he worked on, which is basically the prequel, retroactively became the prequel to Jujutsu Kaisen. But that is, it's rare for any of that to happen. And often it's not that they like don't want to be involved. It's that they get to be involved. But also, I don't think he's involved in the TV show. He's just been saying nice things about it. It doesn't seem like he's really had anything to do with that. He's just been positive. Also, Oda is always positive. Oda will tell you he's very excited about the worst fucking movies that come out of One Piece, because there are a lot of bad One Piece movies. He'll tell you he's psyched about it. Because he's psyched that One Piece is big. Because the fucking thing that he's been working on his whole goddamn life, since he was like a kid, is like a teen, is huge. And so he loves One Piece. He still loves One Piece. And so he is happy to tell you about how he likes One Piece. Yeah, I do not know. Lord Crashington, I do not have the information if he wrote the first episode or not. But also, I don't think he should be writing a TV show episode. He writes manga. He should he should focus on manga. That's a different skill. It's a very different skill. So that actually doesn't sound like a good idea to have him work on a episode of a TV show. So I don't know. Yeah, he might be more involved than I knew about, but also, like I said, I don't know. He talks a big game about a lot of stuff that sucks that's involved in One Piece. So because he is the world's biggest One Piece fan, which sounds great. Wednesday, I'm playing Pokemon. My Pokemon randomizer returns. We are still hanging out in the DS. It's going to be good. You should watch the stream because it'll be very fun. I got to check something real quick. Let me just make sure this is all right there. Yeah, that all lives. That's all there. Good. I just hadn't looked at it in a hot second, so I want to make sure that everything was good with my emulator. It looks good. But yeah, we're gonna dive back into platinum. I have power leveled some of the Pokemon that I caught so that the game will go a little faster and we can try to catch some other Pokemon and all that. But other than that, we're just gonna pick up where we left off and it will be cool. Is this the wrong hand? Did I pull the wrong hand out of this? No. Yes, I did. This is the wrong hand, friends. This is not. If this is A25, then I did the wrong thing. Or wait. Yeah. Is that A25? Is that the right one? Did I pull the wrong one out there? I did. I pulled A19 instead of A25, y'all. I fucked up. I messed up. I gotta go. Yeah, it's possible he just worked on the rough draft. I don't know. All right. Well, this hand. We'll save that hand for later. The thing about this kit is because it's a punch friend, it does not have weapons. Because its weapons are its punching action, which is not great if you like to build weapons, and I do like weapons on model kits, but it is great because then you can just have fists. You can just have these fists and just do that. And then eventually, I guess we'll put some effect parts on this because that is a big part of this kit, is the effects parts. I'm going to miss the Wednesday stream since it's the final qualifier match for the USMNT, and it starts at 8 Central. Okay, Dirty. Well, thank you for letting me know. Of course, as always, friends, there's always the archive. It'll be up on YouTube the next day or in the VODs for a while here on Twitch. But also, you don't have to watch every stream, although I like it when you do. So enjoy that, Dirty. I hope it goes great and you have a great time watching. And everything works out. U.S. Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes. All right, and an arm is done. We did an arm, and we're just going to pop it in there. We got a punch arm. We can punch now. Yeah, that is the one, yeah. All right, so we got one arm done. We're going to get to the other one in a bit. Hello, friends. If you are new to the stream, this is my pause for the cause. Halfway through the stream, every time I talk about ways you can support the channel. None of these things are things you have to do, but if you would like to, you're more than welcome to, and I would appreciate it. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the moat. If you're a tier 2, in the chat, let the people know. Becoming a subscriber is, honestly, I think the easiest way to financially support what I do here. Because you can just put, Jam is here. Welcome, Jam. You can... $5 a month, your Prime Gaming token, you have Amazon Prime, you link it with your Twitch, you get that token, use it on me. If you're not going to use it for me, make sure you use it for somebody. Or Cash Money, you do that, and you're supporting the stream, you're supporting me, you allow me to keep doing cool stuff here. You could gift a sub. Aristofan gifted a sub, and you could join the gift sub leaderboard there with Aristofan. Also, bits and coins are always appreciated. Yes, if you want to gift something to the community or bits and coins, you can join Iron, Hide, and Herald for the week and be up there until the end of the month. It resets at the end of the month, whatever. The goal is to hit 45 subscribers. We are currently at 41 out of 45. Would love to get to 45. If we don't do it tonight, that's okay, but that is the goal. That is what we're working towards. Generally, a little above 40 means that I get a payout. It doesn't always work out that math-wise, but it usually means that I will get a payout every month, and that money goes to buying model kits, and I'll have more on that in a minute. So I'm just going to talk about ways you can support the channel here. Again, all these are optional, but if you would like to, I would love it for you to do that. What else? Oh, I have an alternative to that, which is Patreon. Patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. Now, April 1st, I'll have a new introductory video. I'm giving the, I'm going to give the Patreon a fresh coat of paint. It's not going to be dramatically different. I'm just going to change a few things, in there, but it'll mostly be the same. If you want to get in there for $1, join now. You know, you get charged at the beginning of April. Otherwise, wait till Friday. Join then. It's probably a weird time to promote it, but I do promote it every stream. because it's an alternative to doing it through here. And the money is good there. The money on Patreon is better than any other deal that I have going. But you subscribe where you want to subscribe. That's why I have options. Also, youtube.com/Pat Baer. Subscribing there is free, but if you're interested, you could join, and then you get my Wednesday videos uploaded to you on Tuesday. So you get the Wednesday video just a day early. It's the least I could do. And I get AdSense from there, so watching the whole video, you support me on that. And if you have YouTube Premium, you don't see ads, and I get money, and that's fucking great. That's a good deal. So that way you don't have to even watch ads, but I get the money as if you did watch an ad. It's pretty great. Anyway, also direct donations, because maybe monthly is something you don't want to do, but maybe you want to do a direct donation. Anything I collect through donations, through YouTube, through Patreon, through Twitch, all goes to buying model kits and equipment. This model kit I didn't buy, but I have other ones, high grades and Lego sets and all kinds of different things. And they're on my backlog, and I can buy those things I pre-ordered. I have a bunch of stuff pre-ordered. I can buy those things because of your support. Now, when I talked about this kit, the Build Burning, this was bought by Lashbrook off my Amazon wish list. And I got one of those. I got a wish list on Amazon, and you could buy something from there. If you buy something from Amazon, it comes to me. Oh, thank you, John. Appreciate that. Also, hey, thanks for throwing those in. But yeah, if you go and buy something on Amazon wish list, it jumps the queue. It'll be the next thing I build. And so I'll pause the stuff on my backlog. There's a couple kits I have in my backlog that I purchased in 2021, towards the end of the year. But because stuff gets bought, that takes priority. I've got Lego sets. I got some pre-orders from stuff, model kits. One of the cars from Initial D, which is a glue kit, so I'll have to use liquid cement on that. So if you want to see me do something a little different, you could pick that up. High grades, master grades, inexpensive kits, very expensive kits, and then some gear at the bottom, including a stand, a better C-clamp stand that is meant for DSLR cameras, which I have a camcorder which is about the weight of a DSLR. It's a small mini camcorder that I have. I want to experiment with using that instead of the overhead webcam that I have, because the overhead webcam is digital zoom and it can only do so much, whereas the camcorder I have has like way better zoom. So I could hang it above my third monitor so that I don't have a thing in my way, and then it would just hang down. And so I want to experiment with that. So I've got like a little clamp tripod thing, desk mount, and then also a not expensive capture device, an inexpensive one, just to test those things out. Because I would have to outport HDMI in my camcorder. I can't transmit on my camcorder through USB. It doesn't work. It's not supported, but I could do through that. So that's why they're on my wish list, is some gear. We'll get back to building real soon. Just got to go through these quick. Sorry about that. USA Gundam Store is my alternative to Amazon. If you want to buy a model kit, or you buy a gift card there. You buy a gift card, you send me a DM with the code, I buy it, you get the same video, and you jump the queue. And then also Throne is my other alternative. Throne really cares about privacy as far as the address and the names of the people that use the service. For folks unlike me, like I'm twitch.tv/Pat Baer. I'm out there. You know who I am. But other people, they go by aliases, and this protects them for that. And so while they don't have a lot to offer for people like myself that aren't, Throne is really good for people that want to have other people have an option to buy them clothes that they will wear in some sort of fashion for the internet. And that's not what I'm about. So I don't have as many options. But there are a few things that are there. So that's an alternative. You can check that out there. I have a Discord. Check out my Discord. It's free, obviously, and you can hang out in there. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. My Discord's nice, so jump in the old Discord. I'd be happy to have you there. Let me say a couple of video links your way. I have a brand new episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. Now, if you watched Wednesday night stream, lots of cool people in the Discord, indeed. If you watched Wednesday's stream, you saw me record Pat Bear's Anime Club, this episode. This was recorded live on Twitch. And was me talking about the winter anime season, which is ending this week, and the spring anime season, which is starting this weekend on Friday. Friday, we get, at least as far as shows I'm interested in this Friday, are The Executioner and Her Way of Life on High Dive, and Science Fell in Love, So I Tried to Prove It. R equals 1, sign 0, which means heart, but basically it's heart. But Science Fell in Love, So I Tried to Prove It, the second season, which will be on Crunchyroll. Those are new shows that are starting debuting on Friday. I'm excited about that. So Pat Bear's Anime Club looks at some stuff you may have missed, then looks at some stuff that's coming out. So I think that's pretty neat. And then, what else we got? Oh, yeah. Do You Remembaer, my ongoing video series where I find something on the internet that I want to talk about. I read an article about it, and then I try to remember as much as I can about that article to talk to you about it. And this is Liebeck versus McDonald's restaurants. It is the McDonald's coffee lady. The story that was distorted and that was the butt of a joke, and I got a little mad while talking about it. So I got a little heated while talking about that one. Check that one out if you haven't seen that video. New one coming out on Wednesday about a piece of technology that I just think is neat. And I found a cool animated GIF. It's the first GIF in Do You Remembaer? And I should also say, it's not about the creator of the GIF who passed away. So it's not that. This is about a piece of technology. It just so happens to be that the photo of the technology is a GIF. And I thought that was neat. All right, so I've got a manga to talk about and then some anime. So we're going to do that. We'll get some manga ready to go. I'm going to drink a little water. We're going to get back to building. Because we have to do the other arm. We did one arm. We did the right arm. Now we got to do the left arm for this kit. So, but first things first, y'all. I've got to drink some water. So we're going to do a dramatic transition now. Dramatic. All right, I'm going to work on this arm. It's basically the same thing I did in the other one. It's nice and easy. And I'm also going to talk about a manga. This Uncle Likes Cute Things is the manga that I want to chat with you about. The title basically says it all. This is a slice of life, a very cute slice of life about a 40-year-old office manager in a building, his apartment head, who's like a big, strong-looking dude, handsome man. The ladies in his department think that he's great because he's a kind guy, but also, he's attractive, a big man. Here's the thing. He has a secret, and his secret is he loves cute, like, stuffed animals. When he was a kid, he was gifted a pug named Pug Taro, and he thinks Pug Taro is the best, and he's always loved Pug Taro. But, eventually he had to let go of cute things, and it became a secret. And he wishes that people knew he could talk about it. But here's the thing. When he was like in middle school into high school, people found out that he liked cute stuff because he had like cute things on his bag. Because like your little pug like thing on your cell phone or on your bag, like, that's cute. Why can't he have cute stuff? But, he couldn't. And he felt ashamed about it. So he hides it. And nobody at work knows. But also, it's tough. It's hard to keep that a secret. When, his nephew moved in. His nephew, who's just started college, is looking for an apartment. But his house is near there, so he's crashing in the living room. So that means that our main character has to keep all his cool stuff hidden away in his house. All his fun things so that he doesn't get run in or get noticed because he thinks that his nephew will be ashamed of him and will tell people. And he's got to keep it a secret from work. But he fucking wants to talk about that stuff. There's a chapter where he's playing a cute game that's basically Pokemon. They don't call it Pokemon, but it's basically Pokemon Go. But then, of course, they don't say what it is. And he's like taking the stairs so he can catch stuff and trying to keep it a secret. And like, there's a thing where like he finds out about like text message, like social messaging and like Line, and because he was like, and he's like, ooh, that would be good to find out announcements about like collectibles and stuff. There's a guy who's jealous of him in the office that loves cats, and so he wishes they could bond, but they aren't gonna bond. It's gonna be hard, and like it's just fun. It like look, I also would enjoy if this was a comic about a 40-year-old man that just loves his shit. It doesn't give a fuck about anybody else, like saying shit about what he loves, and just like enjoyed what he enjoyed. But I can appreciate why he feels like he can't. I say as I build a model kit on stream and talk about anime and manga that I'm reading. But you know, it is true. I wish that he was cool, but I understand that it wouldn't necessarily be, or he felt comfortable talking about what he liked and was accepted. But I like it. It's cute. I will say that I marathon through a bunch of chapters of this, and that was a mistake. I wish I had just read like, because I think once a month this would have been fun, but like back to back to back to back to back felt a little forced. I felt like I was like, yeah, whatever. And I don't like that. So I would say if you're thinking about trying to pick this up, just read like a chapter and, you know, at a time, and take it slow. But it's cute. This Uncle Likes Cute Things is a cute thing. And Pug Taro is adorable. The mascot character that he really likes. And he's great. Oh, the thing where he ends up at a cat cafe, not because he particularly likes cats, but because he wants the cute merchandise they have, and all of the cats instantly love him. Oh, my heart melted. They immediately were all psyched about this dude, and I thought that was great. So that is My Uncle Likes Cute Things. And now moving on, we're going to talk about some anime. And technically, we're going to talk about an anime and a documentary about an anime director. So we'll start with, in other words, Sketch first. This is the weirdest fucking show that I've been talking about before. Episode 8 finally got closed captioning with English language. It took like 3 or 4 weeks. The new episode 9, doesn't have it. So I think when the next episode, now it's happening that when the next episode comes out, the previous finally gets the closed captioning in other languages. So I'm fearful that the last episode will just never get a translation. It continues to be really weird. The premise is still fucking wild. The idea that it's these girls who are trapped in after a plane crash, who are trying to keep themselves occupied by reenacting their favorite sketches from a real sketch group that existed in the 90s, where both of those real people have passed away. And now it's just that, and this is honestly the best way to see those sketches, because they're only on like VHS tape with certain collectors. Like there's never been a release of these sketches. So literally the best way to enjoy these actual sketches, sketch comedy bits, is to watch this weird VTuber character girls do it. It's such a strange thing. It continues to be kind of a delight and so weird. That as well. Yeah, Tony. In other words, Sketch, which is all available on YouTube, is so weird. Also, if you Google In Other Words Sketch, like the first actual good result that gives you information is Crunchyroll's article about the first episode coming out in December, and with a link to that. And that's the best way to find it on YouTube, is just to Google In Other Words Sketch. If you knew the Japanese name of the show, it would probably be easier. I'll admit. I'm making it a bit difficult for myself that way. But yeah, it's a fucking wild concept. And yeah, and the fact that they're VTubers, which is just like, every part of it is so weird. But I do enjoy it. I am liking it. So yeah, In Other Words Sketch, I watched episode 8, and it was funny. It's just sketch comedy, so I'm not even going to try to describe it. Like, it's good. All right, so that's A16. It goes like that. A22 goes on the other side. A24 goes on the bottom. Great. All right, so let's talk about Satoshi Kon, The Illusionist, which is a documentary about the director Satoshi Kon. You can watch that. The National Museum of Asian Art, which is the Smithsonian Museum, is doing a thing where 4 movies directed by Kon, animated movies, Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, Tokyo Godfathers, and Paprika, are all available to stream for free. Basically, it's a thing where, like, you go there, you sign up for a free account, and then you click the $0 button, and then you have basically like a week to watch it. You have all this week to watch it, but once you start watching it, you can start and stop, but you have, after 48 hours, the link goes away, and then you'd have to like start a new account, I guess. You probably cheese it. I don't know for sure. I have never seen Millennium Actress. I plan on watching it this week. I think I'm going to watch it on Thursday, because it's only for this week that they're all free. But if I miss it, I might end up, paying for it. Yeah, that the goal is that I would like to check them out. But I watched the documentary, and also I should say, the big TV, the thing he's probably most known for is Perfect Blue. The second thing he's probably most known for is, Paranoia Agent. Did you already unlock it? I didn't unlock Millennium Actress, no. But I did unlock and watch Satoshi Kon, The Illusionist. Yeah, because once you unlock it, you only have it for 48 hours worth. So I haven't bought for $0 Millennium Actress, but I do plan on picking that up. But I did today watch the documentary. Paranoia Agent is great. I would never want to watch it again. I'm glad I watched it as it aired on. Maybe I would want to watch it subtitled instead of dubbed, but I don't know. I actually don't think I would want to watch it again. I think it was a great first experience. I have forgotten details, but I haven't forgot the big part. I haven't forgotten the revelations that I think won't hold up on a second viewing, knowing them, and I haven't forgotten them. So I don't think I'm going to watch that show again. But Tokyo Godfathers fucking kicks ass. I think Perfect Blue is good. I think Paprika is great. And this dude, I'm not going to get into the details too much. Well, the reason I asked is because Perfect Blue and Tokyo Godfathers sold out Saturday. Ooh, so I didn't know they put a limit. That's great to know. That's really good to know. Thank you for telling me that last week, that there's a limit of how many people can check that out. So I guess I'm going to watch it tomorrow and get it now. I'll put the actual link here in the chat. Yeah, let's see. I can unlock it for free. Yep. I have unlocked it for free. Great. And now I can start watching it now. After unlocking, you have 7 days to start watching. Once you begin, you have 48 hours to finish watching. Okay. So I have now bought it. I've unlocked it. So I can watch Millennium Actress when the time comes. Thank you for letting me know. And then, of course, I'll put the link here for folks to check out. Yeah, that sucks. They're still doing this thing where they're showing all these things are available for free, but I didn't realize there was a limit. That's not great. So I would say, if any of those things appeal to you, fucking check them out. Cause yeah, they're worth checking out. And again, this documentary I think is well done. It is they subtitle the folks that are speaking Japanese, which is good. Cause I don't want a dub over of these people. I hate that in documentaries when they get somebody else to do a dub over. So I'm glad that this does not have that shit, because that is not interesting to me. So yeah, I think it's well done. It's a well told look at it. Is fairly honest, and it appears to be honest and frank portrayal of this smart but shit kind of not shitty, but this is an asshole. Just like maybe not, yeah, maybe not a great person. I don't want to get too much into the specifics of it, but like it's a well done documentary about a person that like, yeah, I probably wouldn't want to hang out with, but like has made some stuff that I think is pretty great. I guess that's the best way to look at it. And that's kind of all I have to really say about it, other than like, yeah, I like the documentary, and I am excited to watch Millennium Actress. And if you haven't seen Millennium Actress, or I don't know if Paprika's sold out or not, but that's great too. These are great movies. You should check them out. And I think that's just about it. Thanks Smithsonian for that. That's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna let you folks write into chat right now what you've been playing, what you've been watching, if there's any video games or anything that you're checking out. I'll say while I'm waiting to see what y'all have to say. Give you time to type. I have been pretty fucking interested in Hearthstone. I'm probably gonna stream Hearthstone in April. Again, with some talks about ways you can support the workers there, direct calls to action and all that. I'll have that information, but I did not expect to hear about how Kon and Paprika influenced into Spider-Verse. Yes, that is a weird thing. You're not wrong, Last Rock. Yeah, I'm probably going to stream a little Hearthstone because turns out I still like Hearthstone. I haven't streamed it in a while, but I think I'm going to. And if that's not cool for y'all, that I understand. But I think I'm going to check it out next month because there's a new expansion coming out that seems fun. And it's been a while, and I got some weird, wacky decks that I want to play. And we'll see if any of the new cards help with those decks. But yeah, they're a good time, so I'm gonna try some stuff. I don't know. I'm not really sold on the new Nagas, but there's some cards returning that seem like they'll be interesting, possibly, probably. And so I kind of wanna play. So that's the thing that I've been kind of checking out, looking at cards and seeing if that's something that I want to play. And I mean, I still play Hearthstone just about every day. Some days I sometimes I don't, but most days I at least play to get my daily reward in. Also, I went and ordered a replacement for my phone, which apparently it's been almost 7 years since I bought my last one. Wow, Dirty. Yeah, that time flies on that stuff. I hope you end up with something great you're happy with. But yeah, let me know, folks. What are you playing? What are you watching? What's interesting you right now? I've talked about Sorted Foods before, but I've been watching them a lot. I've also, I talked about to Eat, which is like a BuzzFeed spin-off. There are people that were at BuzzFeed doing their own thing with food. And the latest one, they were working with vegetables they've never cooked with before. And I thought that was a fun video. I don't know. It was pretty good. I finished Shin Megami Tensei 5 with pretty recently, and now on to Shin Megami Tensei 3. Also watching Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex with partner. Hell yeah. Yeah. Cool. I didn't put it in the anime section because I don't have much to say. I got through halfway through the first episode of Salarymen. The Salarymen, I forget what it's called. The show about the guys who have like an evening league where they play badminton because they gave it up. I didn't like it the first half of the first episode, so I didn't continue. Salaryman Club, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, just didn't do it for me. I might try to pick it up, but that was my like, oh well, because usually let's be real, folks. Some of the anime that I watch is ending this weekend, and new stuff is starting this weekend. Now, not a lot of new stuff. Like Friday, I have 2 shows I want to check out. Saturday, there's nothing I want to check out. And I don't know what Sunday and Monday is coming. But usually there's like a difference between the two. There's usually like to the seasons, and there's time for me to like catch caught up. There's very little to no time here. Like I said, on Saturday I'll talk about the end of one show I've been watching and 2 new shows, or the second season of a show, and that's pretty rare. So, oh, I got to build the back part of this here, don't I? I do. Wow. Riskivan is approaching 100 hours of Elden Ring. Taking a break. Taking a bit of a break. Yeah, that's a lot of Elden Ring. You've been Elden a lot of those rings. And then finally got past the first boss of Tunic and explored for a while, trying to figure out where to go from the next thing I need to do. So I'm killing a bunch of frogs now. Hell yeah. To which John said, "Heck yeah! Any fight you walk away from is a good one." Oh no, that was Dirty saying to John, "I just beat the monster fight, the mother demon fight for the first time after reading how to cheese the fight." Hell yeah, Dirty, cheese those fights. That was a Shin Megami Tensei reference there. And I watched all the Kon films this weekend. Ended up picking up Millennium Actress and Paprika, which I didn't already own on Blu-ray. Now I'm slightly annoyed that half of them don't have the steelbook releases. Oh yeah, that's annoying. I solved that problem by not owning physical media. Now, you're saying to yourself, Pat, what do you do for entertainment when the internet is down? And to that I answer, I'm constantly mad at myself that I haven't solved that problem. No, I do usually have like something. I often complain. Really the answer is I read something, read a book, or most likely I will use my the last time we had a power outage, I used my own money on my minutes, my data plan, because I rarely use any of that data. Let's be honest, these days I just use my data plan and download some manga. I just download manga. And then read that manga at my leisure. That's what I did last time the internet went out. Next question. Yeah. Apparently no theater in my area is going to carry EAO at all, so I'm going to go watch Morbius on Friday instead. Nice. I mean, you do what you got to do. I'm sorry that you're not going to be able to get your fix. All right, B5, B4. Yeah, so I used to have you can back this up and watch it locally stuff. And I used to have a few things on my hard drives, my external hard drive. I have a couple movies on my external hard drive that I can watch whenever I want to, which I have a couple of my favorites. But most of the time, yeah, if the power goes out and I just can't watch the internet, sometimes I'll also just watch YouTube on my phone because, like I said, I don't have an unlimited data plan, but I rarely use all the data on my phone. So sometimes I'll just watch a YouTube video if the internet goes out. I guess if the power goes out, I can do that too because it's my phone. But I started watching Naruto for some reason, says Lord Crashington. Japanese dub on Netflix. Annoyed that Netflix skips the outro until I react very quickly to stop it. That stuff is very good 20 years later. Yeah, early Naruto, I mean, first off, Naruto had some all-time bangers of themes. Great show for music. But early Naruto, like, there's a lot of goof because it's not Shippuden where everything's getting more serious. There's still lots of serious moments in Naruto, but there's also a lot of just fucking goof shit. But yeah, that's some good stuff. That's what my Blu-rays of the entire Resident Evil series is for. Yeah, I mean that does feel like, oh, the internet's down. What am I gonna do? Well, I'll watch this. I got these things on Blu-ray. Now I am here with my folks, so I could borrow their Blu-ray player because I don't have one here in this room. I got a TV in here. I could borrow their Blu-ray player and whatever movies on DVD or Blu-ray my dad has, I guess. I also do have an external DVD, USB powered DVD drive because it's cheaper to get that than a CD drive. My mom occasionally wants to put CDs into her laptop, so we got that. So I could use that. The school like the advancement tournament is real good. The introduction of the people from the sand. That's some good shit. Weirdly, I don't ever really watch horror zombie movies, but I will watch Resident Evil movies. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, they're Resident Evil series is a movie that has zombies in it. I would say it's more of a movie that has zombies in it than it is like a zombie fest, or a real horror movie. I mean, there are horror elements, but it does feel like a movie that contains zombies. It's really just an action series with zombies in it, if you ask me. That's just my personal take on it. But I'm no expert when it comes to horror because I don't fucking watch a lot of horror. We did it, friends. We did the top of this kit. Our punch friend here can really punch now. Got 2 arms for punching. Really get in there and punch. What's next? I don't know. It is assembling. We did that. Oh, hey, this is a kit from the early to mid 2000 teens. It's 2014. So of course the next step is to jump down and build the feet. Forget the legs. Forget the waist. We gotta jump down and build 2 sets of feet. And then build 1 leg, and then build the other leg. Even though some of these are symmetrical, whatever. Fine. I don't have a lot of media that isn't tied to the internet, which is a mistake on my part, like I said, for those things. But yeah, I'll just pop my phone out. Or I could, because I have Wi-Fi on this computer, create a hotspot on my phone and then watch stuff on my computer. I've only done that like once or twice. I've done that where I used my phone as a hotspot to transfer something, like because I had to send something that was like a file that was on my computer, and the internet was down. Luckily, we don't run into a lot of stuff here. Often when the internet's down, it's because there's storms happening and it's like very late at night. I have like hours out, like I've done everything. Like I'm pretty much ready to go to bed, and suddenly like, oh, internet's down. Okay. The problem is that when the internet goes down, all of the television goes down too, and then that is very bad for my folks who want to be watching television. It's really frustrating for them, but for me, it's not that big a deal because I'm not super invested in television. Like I don't have cable in this room. I have a TV that has a Chrome thing, the Chromecast, because I got that deal for Stadia that I never played a single video game on that Stadia deal. I just used it to get a free Chromecast, which has been very beneficial because I watch end of the night. I started doing this where I will turn my computer off and I will lay in bed because the TV is facing the bed, and I will watch some stuff that I have like controlling via my phone to the Chromecast, and then my goal is to not look at Twitter or Instagram or anything else on my phone. I'm not always good at doing that, but the idea is just to be like lay in bed, watch something on there, and then then turn it off, roll over, go to bed, instead of be looking at two out of my 3 monitors on here, because the third monitor I only use for streaming really. Other than looking at these monitors constantly, and then eventually being like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed, turn them off, and immediately get into bed and try to go to sleep. Like that doesn't really work for me that much in my 40s now. So instead, I'm trying to do the other thing, which is just kind of come down from it. I like media servers for the reasons that you can stream locally as long as the Wi-Fi can connect to the device you're watching on. Yeah, that is nice. That is cool to have that media servers like that. Yeah, I don't have anything like that set up, but that is something I could do. I have thought about ripping my dad's like DVDs, in his DVD collection. I've thought of ripping that because I do have that USB thing, and just getting something to rip them and setting up. I have a pretty big external hard drive that I use just for backup stuff, that I could also use as a media type server and then connect to it on this computer, on the network. I could do that, or just actually just connect it to that and watch something there. I have thought of it doing that, like whatever DVDs that were interesting to me, and doing that. I don't have a Blu-ray player, like drive, like internal or external drive that I can hook up to a computer, so I couldn't do any of his Blu-rays. But he also doesn't own a lot of Blu-rays. Most of their action movies, but a few documentaries as well. So it's stuff that I'm like, I don't know if I'd ever watch any of this, but it would be nice to have for emergencies, quote unquote. They're not really emergencies. All right, these feet have stickers on them. They are not. Despite this being like pretty much a brand new kit, they didn't make this plastic. They got to do color correcting stickers, which is annoying. But we'll color correct with these stickers. Okay. Go. Other things. I don't know. I tried to set up. I'm still processing, trying to get together some definitive live stream appearances or appearances on podcasts. I told you I'm trying to do that for a while now for April in order to promote Plamo Weekender, the Plastic Model Weekender 2022, which is coming up. Save the date. It'll be a Saturday that I'll be doing that. I believe from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe. I'm going to double check that information. Hold on. Ooh, I also got a comment. Ooh, a long comment from my Pepe's Anime Club video, which I will read after the stream. Because I don't want to read it now because it is a nice, long, excellent comment, which I appreciate. Hey, folks, if you're watching my YouTube videos and you want to give them a like if you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, if you're just being nice. And if you want to leave a comment, that's great because that means that theoretically it could show that within the categories that I am presenting, that people might be interested in that material. And that would be great. Okay. Again, you don't have to do that, but if you wanted to, you could. All right, let me find my exact schedule here from Eastern Time on event day. Pat Bear, I am going... Oh, sorry. I am streaming from... is it 7 p.m. till 9 p.m.? I think I got... Yeah, I might have gotten... Yeah, okay. Central Time says... Yeah. Okay. So 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday, the 30th of April is when I'm doing that. So I won't be doing my normal stream because I'll be wrapping up right before that. And it would be weird for me to do 2 hours of that and immediately 2 hours of other model kit building. Again, I have random packs from trading card games and sports cards, and I bought another pack of that WWE game that had all those trash can cards. I bought more of that. It'll probably be all the same cards we unlocked before, but I still think that would be fun. And those are so inexpensive. The Super Attack or whatever, those are so fucking cheap that I was like, I'm just gonna get another pack of these, and then one pack of cards in another language, of cool cards. So charity again. The fight Alzheimer's Fund is what we are raising money for, and it's going to be really cool. I do need to figure out how to rip my DVDs to PC in an easy way. Yeah, I used to. Back in the day, I used to use like DVD John had a very cool thing, and eventually he ended up getting like paid a bunch of money to stop working on a cool service to do that. I think Handbrake was the way people were using for a long time. It's just making MKVs with Handbrake. I haven't looked at the science of that in a long time because it's been a while since I burned a DVD. But that was generally, I believe, what a lot of people were doing for that. It was like DVD something or other. It started with a D that DVD John did. And it was great because you could get the main files. If it was multiple chapters for or DVD or like episodes of a TV show or the main movie file, but you could also get all the bonus stuff, and it was really easy to rip there. That was a long time ago. Lord Crashing says, I've still been watching the early UPFs and enjoyed when Jeff is just opening up WCW cards to see who they got and what weird stuff was on the back. Oh, yeah, that was fun when he was just looking at old cards and then talking about the wrestlers. And then you had weird shit that was being said. And it was like, what does this even mean? That was cool. Yeah, my old packs, these weird packs are going to be fun. There is gum in one pack, and I'm saying right now, I am not going to chew that gum because I will need to continue streaming. And I've watched other people consume very old trading card gum, and no thanks. I didn't like that gum when it was new, let alone being in a pack since the 90s. No thanks. I'm not doing that. Unless I am way under my goal. If I have a lot of packs left and we haven't been raising any money, because I'm only doing it in 2 hours this time instead of 3, because there were so many people that wanted to compete or take part. But any packs I don't open from my stream, I'll save for a future stream. But I'll have my own personal goal. I have to do the math. I have to figure out what my personal goal is, but it's basically to go through all my packs. So every $50, I open one of those. That's the deal. All right, finish the feet, finish this. Let's get into a little bit of the leg. We're making good progress. I'm going to have to put a poll up for my $10 patrons. We'll do one last poll this month about what I should build next, because I think we're going to finish this, because this kit has like a couple extra parts, but not really. Yeah, you can like swap out a few. Basically, there's some effects parts you can swap in and out. And that's it. Yeah, like I said, there are some effects punches and stuff like that. But we might finish this kit on Thursday, because there's not a lot I have to put together on it. So yeah, this might just finish off the punches and the kick effects. There's so many effects parts here. No weapons means less extra stuff to build. Yeah, so basically, instead of a lot of extra stuff to put together, there's just a lot of there's just a lot of cool effect parts. And she's like, okay, sure. Like, yeah, I don't mind that. Oh, there's some blue that can go in here on the arms instead of those parts. You can do bigger pieces. That's fine. I don't know why you would, but you can. Sure. It's like, okay. This is such a weird, these two pieces are just a different color. That's just strange. But yeah. A lot more parts to put in there. If you want to switch things around, you can. I can take these things that are on the back and put them on the front if I wanted. That's what it is. Okay. I don't know why I would. Anyway, we'll get a little bit of the arm or the leg, one of the first legs done. But yeah, I might finish this up. Now, the effect parts I might not be able to finish up on Thursday, and it might wait, but I don't think so. Because if all I have to do is legs and a waist, because the backpack is just this, legs and a waist won't take all the stream and the effects parts, so I will have to figure out. It'll probably take all of the stream, but it won't take into the next one, so I'll have to figure out what I'm going to build next, and my $10 patrons will get to choose, which is cool. That's always cool. Let's see. We'll do that there. But yeah, come out on Wednesday for Pokemon Platinum, a randomizer. My team doesn't have a theme, but they're fun Pokemon. It's my first time doing a randomizer on a DS game, and that was fun. I think the first stream was good. And then as I catch Pokemon, y'all can help me name those Pokemon, which is very fun for me anyway, to see your fun suggestions. So, we'll continue to do that. Try to catch a few things. Maybe we can defeat a gym leader, and get some stuff. See what's up. But yeah, I spent a little time yesterday. One of the things I did yesterday was just power level, not going anywhere new, just go to places I've been and kind of power level through to get ready to make it just easier, because it's if I'm start losing every fight, that's not fun. So I do like to do a little power leveling off stream. Not too much, but just a little bit. Oh yeah, these legs are not complicated, so this will not take forever, not take too long to do. We'll just put that there, and then we'll have the thing to put on top. All right. I've also been playing the new Kirby game about spitting and swallowing. Nice. I've watched a bunch of streams of that, and in fact, if somebody on my list, because we are going to raid, that is how we end every stream. We end every stream with a raid. If somebody on my list is playing Kirby, we're going to check that out because it's just a cute game. Like I don't own a Switch, so can't. But it's just a really cute game, and I think it would be really fun to watch someone play that. So we are going to go and we're going to raid. That's how we end every stream. Thanks everybody for being here. We're not quite done yet because we still have to go on the raid. I got to do my outro, but you know I'm done building model kits for tonight at least. So let's see who is doing stuff. Nobody I'm following is playing. We always end with a raid. Indeed, I'm John. Nobody I follow is playing Kirby, which is a shame. But we are going to go find out what Norco is because Mary Kish is playing a game called Narco, which is an adventure indie game, point and click is what it says there. Mary Kish is great. We all know that. And her community is awesome. So we're going to go give her a raid because it's a Monday night and she's streaming on a Monday. So let's see. So we're going to go give Mary Kish a raid. Yeah, she's clicking a lot. Yeah, so feel free to come on this raid. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your night, your Monday. Come back on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern for me playing Pokemon Platinum. Come back on Thursday for me finishing up this kit. I do believe we'll finish it on Thursday. Thanks for being here. Have a great night, and I'll see you on the next stream. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.